Hello everybody, that came from the short. My name is Alexander, but most call me Alex. And today we're going to be talking about the thing that I talked about in the shorts, Lethal Company. And this is pretty much one of the first lengthy videos that I'm going to be making throughout next year. This is going to be like a test bench, essentially. And boy, do I have an opinion on this game in particular. So let's start with the nitty-gritty. Where did this game come from? Well, it's made by a developer known as Zeekers. He is 23 years old, a furry, and he's a developer that made Roblox games. Like, seriously, go look up his wiki. I'm not even kidding. That's what he is. I think that's pretty interesting. And of course, one day he decided to develop a game with proximity chat and the horror elements in mind and gave it the name Lethal Company. And as soon as it came out, so many content creators, TikTok shorts, all that you can think of are coming out with clips, coming out with gameplay, coming out with everything because of the hilarity and the absolute stroke of genius that is the gameplay. And it's all thanks to one particular mechanic in mind: proximity chat. And those that are wondering, what the heck is proximity chat? Well, proximity chat is essentially you can hear your friends or anyone that you're playing with from like a different side of your headphones. You can hear them from any sides of the building, and if they're far away, the voices get more and more muffled until you can't hear them no more, which gives another level of immersion, essentially. Little did we know that because of proximity chat, there's a lot of clips that most people reckon makes gamers into actual voice actors, which is it's a funny analogy in itself, honestly. But that isn't far-fetched, if I'm being completely honest. Okay, now that I explained that, what about the gameplay and presentation? I don't doubt that you already seen the presentation as it is, but to give you a better hindsight, the graphics are essentially more of a horror VCR. Am I saying that right? VCR? Yeah. It's more of a horror VCR PS1 kind of mixture of a graphics, which helps the game a lot, actually, if I'm being honest, especially with the creatures within this game. The atmosphere is honestly interesting. You basically, like, how do I explain it? You're basically hired by this company, Lethal Company, to get certain garbage or pieces and bring them to the ship. That way you can put them in the disposal where the tentacle thing, whatever, and earn some money along the way. If you don't meet the quota though, you'll end up getting thrown out of the ship and fired. You have to start all over again. So it essentially adds that roguelike element to it, along with an already proximity chat as multiplayer game, which, personally speaking, I really actually like. It adds that next level, like, you have to do this in order to get through the next level or the next part, because if you don't, or if you get caught by these monsters that pop out of nowhere, then you're pretty much screwed and you're gonna get fired. It's very challenging, but it's really fun in that regard, even though it's a bit like repetitive as soon as you encounter all the creatures. Speaking of the creatures, my god, they are in all sense of the terms very interesting, very imaginative, and very creepy. Not so much Bracken. Honestly, the moment you just turn around and get your neck, it's just funny how it all goes down. Like it just runs away and like it's funny. But creatures like the wind-up box, the creatures like the big spider, creatures like those are very creepy and very scary in that regard, especially those that hate giant spiders or have arachnophobia. Even though there is an accessibility settings to turn that off, it's still pretty cool. And I know I mentioned this before, but the proximity chat is wonderful. It's wonderfully implemented. Like as soon as you hear that cut off from your friend or your mate that's playing the game, and you don't hear a single voice of him, it just adds another level of immersion and intensity within those buildings, within those levels. It's wonderfully implemented. And not to mention, this game has mods. Mods that can easily be really weird or easily make you go to the toilet, I guess. And add some customizability that normally can't be in the game, which is understandable. And can turn like new monsters like the Skinwalker or the Mimic, which are both impressive in their own rights and creepy in the other rights. So, with all that said in mind, what do I think about this game? Wait, I already said what I think about this game. This game's great. It's right now $10 on Steam, and it's the best-selling FPS game that's outselling Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. If that isn't telling you how much people are sick and tired of the same old thing over and over for a high price, I don't know what to tell you. And it's made by one sole dev, which is super interesting. It's super cool. It's like it's motivating for those that are a developer or like are making a game right now. Like it gives them that hope that one game is all it requires to get that. You know what I mean. To get that sense of satisfaction. That's kind of the word I'm trying to look for. The sense of I did this. I made this. This is popular. That's how Among Us came to be, and Phasmophobia. Heck, the other game that came out beforehand, BattleBits, that also sold really well, and that was also made by one developer, which is crazy. But that should tell you something that if you have an idea and you want to create it, do it. Like, no laws, just do it. Just do it as a hobby if you want, do it in a company if you want. Well, not in a company, but you get what I mean. Heck, you can do it alone if you really, really want to. It's not impossible. If you want to make a game that you want, you can do it. Just need that inspiration, you need that drive to make it. Honestly, I think that's pretty inspiring. And with that, I think I said enough. Thank you so much for watching this in-depth review. In-depth review of Lethal Company. I hope you did enjoy it. Please give it a like if you did. Please give it a dislike if you didn't. I said that twice. Give a like if you did. Give a dislike if you didn't, and let me know why in the comments. And of course, let me know in the comments on what you think about this game. And with that, my name is Alex, and I'll be signing out. Take care of yourselves, and of course, as usual, please have yourselves a dang good day, and a dang good night.